you're not familiar with me, I was the recent Democratic nominee in a special election for U.S. Congress in Florida's 6th District. So it's a little bit north of here. It goes from Daytona Beach up to St. Augustine and all the way over to Ocala. Very big district, very red. And during that time, right, we met with lots of veterans. We spoke at VFWs and American Legions. We traveled all across the district, meeting with everybody. And during that campaign was when the first round of the Doge cuts happened. During that campaign is when Elon Musk, sent his 19-year-old hackers in to run wild on VA data. And the result, within 48 hours, we were at a VFW hall, and I had veterans coming up to me. And I'll be honest, half of them started off with, "Look, I'm a Republican and I'll never vote for you. But you should know, I was supposed to have a surgery in 2 weeks and it got pushed back to June. I just got a referral to a specialist and it was supposed to be reviewed in 2 weeks. And now the VA portal says it'll be reviewed by December. Right? They couldn't get in. I needed a doctor's appointment. The waiting list is 6 months at our local clinic now. Right? The immediate impact on our veterans was disgusting, and something that we spoke about at length, because these things should not happen. Right? The worst thing that we witnessed as a result of these Doge cuts, and it took a couple weeks, it took about a month before we started seeing it. But we would have people coming up to us at our town halls and events, and she'd ask, a woman would come and she'd ask if she could speak to us in private, and she'd let us know that she's a widow. Her husband had served, and he passed away, and she had been collecting her survivorship benefits every month, and this month they didn't come in. And the first time we heard it, we were shocked, and then the second time and the third time, it started to make sense. And when we looked into it, we found out that when Elon Musk was bragging about all of the dead people he found collecting benefits, there were widows and children on survivorship benefits that he cut off. The reckless negligence that they are taking with this system, this vital American system, is disgusting. Our veterans, you all, risked everything defending this country and the ideals of democracy. And our nation made a pact with you. We said, if, when you return, we will take care of you. And yet our government has tried over and over to wiggle out of that and do as little as possible for our veterans. 38,000 homeless veterans in this country is a disgrace. And, I've been traveling around the state recently in preparation for an upcoming campaign launch. I had the pleasure recently of meeting with the State Leaders of Volunteers of America. And if you're not familiar with that group, they're actually one of the largest providers of veterans housing. They have grants through the VA. And when I met with them and they showed me all the numbers and we broke it down, they have housing for 1,000 veterans, to house 1,000 homeless veterans in the state of Florida. And it's beautiful accommodations. There's mental health services. There's they provide all sorts of additional support for groceries, clothing, and the cost per veteran per year is $13,500. When we talk about, when we think of what government spends on things, we don't think that they could house with full services a veteran for $13,000 a year.
How about $45 million for a parade?
When they spend $45 million for a parade. When they spend $300 million on golf trips.
What about his plane he got?
Yeah.
So we have a working model in place at scale, and yet the VA only funds it to cover 5% of the problem. They don't cover it at scale to actually address the needs of veterans across this country. Just enough so they can take pictures and say that they're doing something. I think probably one of the most disgusting things I saw was a few years ago when they were debating the PACT Act. And to see congressmen and senators stepping up and saying with their chest that veterans shouldn't have this, that they didn't deserve this healthcare service, even if it was directly linked to their time in service, even if the chronic conditions were because of their proximity to burn pits. The fact that there's any obstacle, no veteran should ever be asked why they need health care. It shouldn't matter if it's related to your service, if it's not. You served our country, we got you. That's it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're not going to fix all these things this year, right? We've got a long way to go. But now is the time to start building. We have to protect these essential government systems, the Veterans Administration, Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, the Department of Education. The infrastructure of our nation, what makes America great, is under attack. We protect them for the next 3 years. And in 2028, we can start to build a system that actually works, that actually takes care of all of our veterans, the one that you all deserve.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got 2026.
When is the election?
We're in the process of launching a new campaign. We will be launching it within the next 2 weeks. We're still confirming the details and locations on the date. But I will be running for statewide office. I will be seeking a seat in the United States Senate.
The Senate. We need you in the Senate. We need you in the Senate.